Well, happy Easter, everybody. You know, I love the story of Easter, the gospel, this amazing message that Paul said was a mystery hidden throughout time that has now been revealed through Jesus Christ. And that is the purpose of God of reconciling mankind back to himself. That's the whole point of Easter. In fact, that's the whole reason you were created, relationship with God. But what kind of relationship does that look like? You know, Jesus prayed, "Our Father in heaven," and we can so often take that to mean that, you know, God's way up in heaven somewhere and we're down here and there's this huge gap in between. But in fact, that word heaven meant the atmosphere, the air around us, as in God is right here in our midst. In fact, he's as close to you as the air you breathe. The Bible also says that as the church, we are the bride of Christ. We're married to Jesus. Now, my wife's name is Lisa, and I want you to imagine that someone says to me, "Hey, Terry, I know this girl named Lisa, and I think you'd really like her. Like, she's awesome, she's wonderful, she's the sweetest thing ever, and I think you'd really get along. Would you like to meet her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that would be great." And next minute I get to meet Lisa. And she's all of that. She's gorgeous and she's wonderful and she's so sweet. And I just think she's the most amazing thing. So I'm like, yeah, let's get married. And we get married. And then I get given a book about Lisa, and the book tells me all about Lisa and how amazing she is and the incredible things that she's done. And I read in that book that as her husband, there's all these things that I can do to make our marriage better. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get busy doing these things. And I start doing this for Lisa because I want to please her. And I start doing this for Lisa, and I start doing that for Lisa, and I get really busy doing all these things. But meanwhile, Lisa's thinking,
although I appreciate all those things, all I really want is you, time with you, relationship with you.
"Oh, see, I told you she was sweet." And it's true, I could be so busy doing all that stuff that I'm missing out on the very best thing, and that is an intimate relationship with Lisa. In fact, I could be missing out on the whole point of marriage altogether. You know, the Bible says that many will come before the Lord and say, "Lord, you know, we did this for you and we did that for you and we did all these amazing Christian things for you." And he will say the most sad and tragic words ever written. "Depart from me, I never knew you." And that word "know" doesn't mean like a head knowledge. I mean, God knows everything, right? He knows everybody. But it's the same word used where Adam knew Eve, she conceived and bore a son. It talks of intimacy. It talks of union, the two becoming one. You know, I was talking to God about this morning, and I saw a picture of me meeting Jesus for the first time. And of course, I'm lying face down on the ground, prostrate before him, because he is, of course, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And I saw him come and lift me up, stood me up, and he did the most incredible thing. He leaned in and gave me a hongi. Now, I'm from New Zealand, so kia ora to all our whānau back home. But a hongi is a traditional Māori welcome where two people would come together, and it was this incredible sign of respect and honour where we would join together like this, and it's symbolic of a joining of our mind, our thoughts, our breath, our spirit becomes one. We're vulnerable to each other, and it is a sign of respect and peace. It's a beautiful image of the kind of moments that Jesus wants to have with us. You know, because of COVID-19 right now, we are all physically distancing ourselves from people outside our family, outside our bubble, as they call it in New Zealand. By the way, babe, I'm really glad you're in my bubble. Well, I really want to encourage you today that even if you're on your own, maybe you're at home as a couple, or maybe you've got a whole lot of family around you, no matter your circumstance, I want you to know that Jesus is in your bubble. Please don't distance yourself from him. In fact, why not take this time, especially if you're in isolation, take this opportunity to spend some incredible time getting to know him, pouring out your heart to him, because his greatest desire is a very real, a very honest and genuine relationship with you.
Done!
That's it, baby.
Good job.